Hey, thank you for your interest in BuildOps. Today, we're going to take a quick look at the platform, give you an idea of what we're doing, and also what questions to ask as you go further down this evaluation process. Let me go ahead and pop open the product here. And we're first going to start off talking about the service side of things. We're going to run a service call from start to finish, give you an idea of what the platform looks like and how each different team member is going to interact with it. So the easiest way to do that is just through a typical day in the life. Phone call comes into the office. First thing I need to do is figure out if that's an existing customer of ours and if they're in good standing. I can look that customer up a number of different ways. I can do it using the search bar, either by the contact name, contact phone number, the address, the customer name, and it's doing what we call a fuzzy search. So even if you don't spell it exactly perfect, as long as you're in the ballpark, it'll return results for you. If we take a look at the hierarchy, what you'll see up here at the top is this would be a customer, Scripps Medical Group. And then below that customer, you've got multiple different service locations for that customer. Now, right from the search bar, I don't need to go any further. If this is going to be quoted work, I could go ahead and create a quote. Or if it's time and material work, I can just fire up a work order right now. When I'm creating that work order, I'm going to call out a couple contacts, property rep. So this is going to be who we're meeting with on site. We're going to be meeting with John on site, but who called in and requested the work? In this case, Mary requested the work. And sometimes Mary will give me a PO number that she wants referenced on her invoice. Or maybe they have an internal work order number that they want me to reference on the invoice. I can capture both of those at any point, but here during job creation as well. What department is this coming out of? Priority of the call? Of course, it's always urgent. And what's why are we going out there? We'll just say something like, no AC in the lobby. Now, I fat fingered that on purpose to kind of demonstrate we've got one click to go ahead and clean that up. I don't know if it's just me, but whenever I'm on the phone taking down this information, I'm only getting 3/4 of what I'm trying to get into the keyboard. Not a problem. We'll clean that up for you with one click. At this point, it's that easy. We've created a work order. Now I want to get that work order dispatched to one of my technicians out in the field so that they can complete it. We can do that two different ways. I can go ahead and do that here from the work order itself. So if I go in here and say add visit, I could select which technician I want to send, what day and time I want them to go out there. But in our case, I don't know who's available. So I want to pop over to our dispatch board and take a look at which technicians might have some openings today. This is the day view. So you've got the hours of the day across the top. Keep in mind, we also have a week view as well, where we can drag the visits around where I see the days of the week across the top. I can filter my technician list down over here on the left, either by department or something less formal than a department would be like a crew. And a crew just might be a group of people with a similar skill set. They may have similar equipment on their truck. You could break up the north side crew and the south side crew. We're not saying that these folks work together every day. What we're saying is that we want to group them together because they have similar skill sets. One technician can fall into multiple crews. Now down here at the bottom is where I've got my unassigned work. Let's drag that up, find that call, and go ahead and drag that up to dispatch one of my technicians. Once I've got it on the dispatch board, I can also click that visit open, make any changes to it over here on the right, also add additional technicians if I needed to. And let's go ahead and transition from the back office over to our mobile app. So I've gone and I pulled my mobile app over here up on the left. So this is my phone, and the technician is typically going to be using a phone or a tablet out in the field. The mobile app's available for both Android and Apple devices, whether those are phones or tablets, and it's available with or without an internet connection. So as a technician, when I log in, first thing I'll see is a list of my calls for today. You can give me access to past jobs or future jobs. If I click any of those open, all of my information will be up here at the top. Address, phone number, I can click on that to call. If there's any sort of property instructions, right? Door codes, gate codes, don't park in the alley. Here's where the rooftop access is, etc. And then, why are we going out there? Up here at the top, I've also got these action buttons, and these will update the dispatch board in real time. So I can see that Justin's en route to the job. Once Justin arrives, we can go ahead and see that he's working there as well. And let's say I was trying to just get off the job site real quickly. I'm going to say, hey, you know what, boss? I'm all finished. Are you sure you're finished? Yep, I'm totally No, you're not finished. You didn't fill out any of the required sections. So completely up to you all which sections are required and which ones won't. In my example here, we've got before and after pictures, inventory item, visit summary, timesheets. Let's go ahead and knock those out real quick. Whenever we're adding pictures into the system, we can either grab them from our camera roll or take those pictures on the fly, just depending on however we have taken those pictures so far. Grab a couple of these, get them added in. Inventory, not requiring that I add inventory items, it's requiring that I at least acknowledge the section. So no, I didn't use any inventory. Are you sure? Well, the number one item missed on a service ticket is something that they pulled off the truck. So are you sure? Well, no, now that you reminded me 3 times, I'm not sure. What did I use? I used one of these, 2 of those, 3 of those, whatever it happens to be. Get those added to the work order. If I'm doing any purchasing over the counter, I can pull a purchase order and record a picture of the receipt. So we've got that in the back office. Visit summary is going to be an important one. So what did we do while we were out there? We went to service the AC unit, period. Replace the contactor, ran a system self-check. Everything looks great, period. Again, we've got the AI feature to help clean up the typing or the talk to type like I use. Also, it will translate for you. So if any of your technicians' first language isn't English, they can speak in their native language, and then it'll go ahead and convert that into English for you. Rolling down the page, last but not least, I'm going to throw my time card in here. How many hours did I work on this job? We're going to go ahead and put in 2 hours. Keep in mind, I've got about half a dozen different ways we can track time. So if you guys want them to do a time card, punch in, punch out, some combination thereof, have a foreman track time for his crew, we can do all of that. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this job up, say I'm finished. Was I able to complete the assigned work? Yes. If I do say no, I've got to put in a reason why, and it would flag this job for the back office, letting them know, hey, this wasn't able to be completed. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. And we're going to hop back here to the back office and get this invoiced out. So we can see already that the job is complete. If I pop that job open, no matter if we went out there with 1 technician for 1 day or a dozen technicians for a dozen days, all of their information is going to be here on this one page. I can come in and edit any of the entries if I needed to, add any entries that they might have missed, as well as reviewing any of the photos, the notes, etc. We really want you to think of this as like a pre-invoice. The idea is that we want to make sure this all looks good before we go ahead and roll it over onto the invoice side of things. So let's go ahead and do that. Now that all this looks good, we'll go ahead and get this invoiced out and wrap up for today. I'm going to click Create Invoice. And it'll reuse the original notes that we put in from the back office, as well as the technician's notes, and rewrite those into a problem resolution type of format. And that'll go ahead and generate our invoice. Obviously, there's more to the system than what I showed you today. So if you all have questions, please reach out. Thank you.